Hey guys, Mechanite here. Today we're back with, of course, week 3 of Maysozoic. Starting off with Chef. To be honest, this is an artist which we'll cover later for this week. I'm not even sure why I put them on the list. They seem so random to me. But still, I like them, and I think these drawings ended up really well. And actually, the way I did this drawing inspired me to do other drawings in a similar way. I kind of feel like I didn't expand the line work that much. I kind of just left it on its own. And usually I do pretty thick line work for my drawings, but I was actually inspired by how I did the line work on this one a bit differently. To do how I did one of the drawings in my recent, all the drawings actually, my recent 80 subscribers special Invincible as Dragons. I made this before then, and you'll see it throughout the video. I test it out a few more times. I'm just really happy with how this one turned out. And like the movement, although it seems like a silly concept for a drawing, I just really like it, and although it's basic, I still pretty like it, yeah. Now, I'll be honest, most of the drawings in this video I only do design notes. This week, a bit few more obscure themes. This one was Final Boss, and I don't know why I decided to go with Mario. I ain't done many Mario videos on the channel. I did the Mario fused with Mighty Monsters, but I think that's about it. I feel like I should do more. So this one, it's an Ankylosaurus, and I call it Ankylo the 9th Koopaling. Obviously, some people think, technically it would be an 8th Koopaling, but I personally, I think they would count Bowser Jr. And I feel like working with the side-scroll visuals, how I did the health bar, even if it's not my favourite, because I did go to the thicker outlines, I do still quite like it, and I feel like it feels like an actual video game, so I guess I succeeded in that regard. Now, this is my favourite drawing from this episode, and it might be one of my favourite drawings I've ever done. I worked with symmetry in this drawing, which, as you know, if you saw last month's April, I think it was week 4, I really enjoyed doing the symmetrical drawing with projection, and I really thought for the prompt Archangel, symmetry just fit really well, but having that bit of asymmetry with, the cloth or whatever you call it around it, I thought that would be really cool. I thought about coming up with some lore for this about Psittacosaurus. It's the most well-preserved dinosaur, but it's also accepted not to be that powerful, so for it to be a younger brother of the Archangel to proving itself or something. But I hadn't fully figured out the lore, so I decided not to do it. I gave it a bunch of ribbons. I thought that would be cool. It kind of just fit with a godly theme. And a long time ago I actually started doing a Rainbow Friends as Gods video, and I was planning to do a full series where Mechanite would go across the warrior net, learning about different cultures and the different gods they worshipped, basically. I still might do that, and this is where I started doing the thing you'll have seen me do in, I think, I did it in the recent Invincible as Dragons, as I said, and I did it in the recent alternate art version of Monsters University and D&D, where I do these rings around the head. I don't think it works for all of them. I think it works more often when a creature's roaring, but this one where it's an Archangel and it's a weird presence, something you're clearly not used to as a person, I just think it works. I really enjoyed doing the background for this one. I think it frames it well. It's got a nice movement throughout the piece, and yeah, overall I just really like it. And there's nothing more to say, really. I just really like doing this background. I think it fits really well, and to be honest, I feel like you can get why this is one of my favourite drawings from this month so far. I knew I wanted to do Anomalocaris sometime in this month, and as you'll see for week 4, I saved some of the hardest hitting dinosaurs, or some of the most famous, for there, and I've already got a few planned out, but I knew I wanted to do this one because it's kind of a famous dinosaur, kind of not. It's not really a dinosaur. A lot of these aren't really dinosaurs, and I know we're on a streak of ones where it's just me doing designers. Don't worry, the next one will have some lengthier lore. It's just this week didn't really lend itself to lore that well. And I kind of like what I did with this one and the chef one, where I gave a bit more movement to the piece, but mainly more movement, and Overall, they're just very, there's a lot of energy in the pieces. I'm not exactly sure how I want to emulate that. And as you know, if I can't do a background, I'll put in this basically metal plate background. I change it a bit more to frame the character, and I think I'll start doing that more often. Enya the Electric is a supervillain who goes across the warrior net, stealing people's consciousnesses and fusing them together into one body, to then fight a chimera of multiple beasts, each of the consciousnesses fused into that body have faced before. We do not know if she is simply mad, or if she has a reason for doing this, to make them stronger. But she needs to be taken down. And one of her first ever experiments, if not her first, she calls the Dinosaur Chimera, despite that name not being fully accurate. As it was early in her journey where she had the ability to take beasts together and fuse them, she took only 2 beasts, unlike chimeras which are usually a fusion of 3 or 4, a saber-toothed tiger and a Dunkleosteus. She knew the saber-toothed tiger was not a dinosaur, but she did not know that much about the Dunkleosteus. However, funnily enough, the Dunkleosteus actually had its main predator be another animal, so the prehistoric hunter who had to fight this chimera in order to survive the arena he was trapped in would not have to fight off another consciousness fighting for control, but instead have to fight off a angry, animalistic soul trying to battle with him, and if it took over, he would likely die as it could not fully control him. He fought in the Arctic, in an arena built by Enya the Electric. We need to take Enya down, but it's not going to be an easy task. That's why I've brought you all here today, to train if she appears again. Hello there, Unicorn Hunters. As I'm sure you're all aware, let me give you a quick debrief of what unicorns actually are. Unicorns are creatures taken over by a virus that makes them secrete a sweat and gas that is eliminating to other people, making their mind go crazy and see positive imagery as a creature likely eats them, as the virus also makes usually herbivorous creatures carnivorous. This first one is of a jack pill. Many people thought they were extinct in dinosaur times, but no, they've been back a while now, ever since they brought back the direwolves along with it. This one, the common growth from their head is still there, so as usual, you should aim for that. They are quite heavily armored on their back, so make sure to aim for their stomach. Are you ready, Unicorn Hunters? Because this one's also quite fast. And remember, don't breathe in the gas. Glitch Knight reporting for logs. Recently, me and More Knight went back to a dimension he'd visited previously to take out some kaiju that appeared similar to the my-singing monsters of his dimension. We went back there because he has also made an ally in recent months. Someone he calls... I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. But they're some sort of dinosaur thing. Instead, they came from a company called Mech, who was actually interdimensional. Now, we're worried about if they're a problem for us, or if they're a problem for the whole warrior net. So, we need to take them out. Or rather, figure out if they need taking out, as they could be positive, though we doubt it. The warrior net is one messed up place. And as soon as we got there, they were under attack from another kaiju, similar to some of the ones More Knight fought previously. This beastie looked like if Godzilla started working out, and it had a real tough noggin, and it started just charging straight into buildings to take them out, not even caring about civilians, just headbutting straight into them, and it climbed up onto this skyscraper. Luckily, More Knight was able to fly me up there, and I was able to take it out with my punch force, but it did take a while, and that gave time for the mech employees to all abandon their facility, We don't know how they knew they were there for them, but we need to steer clear of them. Hopefully we can find them recently and inquire if they are an asset to the warrior net, as right now, me and Mornite aren't so sure. But hey, at least we've taken out one of this world's kaiju problems. But there's still many more to go, and I think if I'm taking time off of my own world, I might come here to help a bit more.